Here's something strange about your brain. Spending money is supposed to feel a little bit bad, and when you mess with that feeling, you start spending more without ever noticing. Let me explain. When you hand over cash, real physical notes, your brain does something quietly painful. Researchers actually call it the pain of paying. Counting out the money, watching it leave your hand, seeing your wallet get thinner. It registers in your brain almost like a small sting. It's mild, but it's real, and that little sting is doing an important job. It's the brake. It makes you pause. It makes you ask quietly, do I really want this? Now here's where it gets interesting. A card doesn't sting. When you tap a card, or your phone, or your watch, nothing physically leaves your hands. There's no thinning wallet, no counting, no visible loss. The reward, the thing you're buying, arrives instantly. But the pain, the part that's supposed to slow you down, gets switched off, or at least turned way, way down. And the research on this is honestly a little unsettling. In a now famous study, two researchers, Drazen Prelec and Duncan Simester at MIT, ran an experiment where people bid on tickets to a sold-out game. Half were told to pay with cash, half with a credit card. The card group was willing to pay up to twice as much for the exact same tickets. Same item, same people. The only difference was how the money left their hands, twice as much, just because it didn't hurt, and that was credit cards in the slow, clunky kind where you still had to pull it out and sign. Today, you tap, a watch, a phone, a glance. The friction is almost completely gone. Each step we've taken from cash to cards to tapping to one click has quietly removed a little more of that healthy sting. This is why a $4 coffee, a $12 lunch, a quick subscription, a treat-yourself tap, none of them feel like anything in the moment. Your brain isn't keeping score because nothing hurt. It's only at the end of the month when the statement arrives that all those painless little taps suddenly land at once, and you find yourself staring at the total, genuinely confused, thinking, where did it all go? It went, one painless tap at a time. So what do you actually do with this? You don't have to go back to cash for everything, and that's not realistic. You just have to put the sting back on purpose. Pause before you tap, even for 2 seconds, and let yourself feel the cost. For the spending that really trips you up, the impulse stuff, the little treats, try using actual cash just for that. Watch how differently it feels to hand over a real note. Check your statement on purpose often so the pain isn't saved up into one big monthly ambush. None of this is about depriving yourself. It's about letting your brain feel what it's supposed to feel so it can do its job. Because spending was always meant to cost you something. Not just in money, but in that tiny moment of, is this worth it? The tap didn't make you richer, it just made the spending stop hurting. And the moment you let yourself feel it again, even a little, you start spending like it's actually your money, because it is.